Hello everyone, have a pleasant day. This is Dr. Srimati from Dr. Ambedkar Global Law Institute, Tirupati. Today we are going to see the average cost method. What is about average cost method under the material valuation? Okay, so here what is about under average cost of method? So here it is based on a principle that this is about all the materials in a store are mixed up. In such a case, the issues cannot be made with the particular lot of purchase. So as we did in the first issues and first come first issue and then last come first issue, not such a way it's possible. So when the materials are mixed up in the store, so it could be possible only to prepare differently like an average cost method. So it is proper if materials are issued on the average cost of materials in the store. So how this average cost is to be prepared? So this average cost have two types. The first one is simple average method and the next one is weighted average method. Let us start with the simple average price. So what is simple average price? The price which is calculated by dividing the total price of purchase of materials in the stock from which it is materials is to be priced could be drawn by the number of prices used in the total. So here that is nothing but the number of purchases is divided, the price number of prices are to be divided with the number of purchases. That's it. So when you take this total number of purchases, price divided by total numbers, then you will get the average price. Let us see an example. So here 1000 units purchased at rupees 10 rupees, and then 2000 units purchased at 11 rupees and 3000 units purchased at 12 rupees. In such a case, the issues may not be on a particular price. So we have to calculate on a simple average price. So the simple average price is 10 rupees, 11 rupees and 12 rupees. If you total this and divide it by 3, since it is about having 3 prices, then you have to divide it by 3 so that you will get 11 rupees. But this price is actually not recommended or followed because this method of calculating issue price does not recover the cost price of materials from the production. So let us see how it is possible. Suppose if you calculate the actual price of materials, say for example 1000 units purchased at rupees 10, then it is 10,000. Then 2000 units purchased at rupees 11, then it is, and then the same way 3000 units purchased at rupees 12. So in such a cases, the total price comes to rupees 68,000. Whereas if you calculate the average price, that means the total of 6000 units multiplied with average price, how you have calculated 11 rupees. So 11, if you put this, then you will get only 66,000 rupees. So here there is about under recovery of rupees 2000. It is possible in case of simple average method. And the next method is weighted average method. So here the price which is calculated by dividing the total cost of materials in the stock from the materials to be priced could be drawn in by the total quantity of materials in that stock. So it is very easy and simple method. That means the total price, how we have to calculate. The total price is 1000 units multiplied with 10 rupees and 2000 units multiplied with 11 rupees and 3000 units multiplied with 12 rupees. That is totally divided by the total units, that is 1000, 2000, 3000 totally. Then you will get 11 rupees 33 paise. So it is better to use the materials at weighted average price method because it recovers the cost price of materials from the production. So you can calculate it. So it is 11.33 multiplied with 6000 units means it is totally 68,000. So this method, this in periods of heavy fluctuations in the price of materials, So this average cost methods gives a better result because it tends to smooth out the fluctuations in the price by taking the average of prices of various lots in the stock. So what are the advantages? So this method has average method has rational and systematic and not subject to manipulation. The average price method is considered to be the better method when there is about a price fluctuates considerably, and then this issue price are not to be calculated each and every time of issues are made, and then the issues are changed only when there is about a new lot of materials is received, and then the method is recovers the cost of material from production, and this also maintains issue price as near to the market price as possible, and then this method eliminates the necessity for adjustments in stock valuation. And then disadvantages of this method, average cost method, is it is about the greatest disadvantages of this method is the fresh rate of calculation will have to be made as soon as the new lot of materials is purchased. So it involves tedious calculations. Okay, and then there is about chances for the clerical staff to make errors. And then the next one is the issue price of materials does not represent the actual cost price of materials issued, but it represents the average cost of materials in the stores. Then at the time of raising price, the overstates of profit and but not such as FIFO. Okay, because the average price is lower than the most recent prices. And the last disadvantages is closing stock is not valued at current price. So this is about the advantages and disadvantages of average cost price method. And let us see with the problem. The following transactions took place in respect of an item of materials. That is 2/9/2008. Receipt is 200 quantity, rate is 2 rupees. And then on 10/9/2008, the receipt is 300 units, rate is 2 rupee 40 paise. And then on 15/9/2008, the issue quantity is 250 units. On 18/9/2008, 250 units received, 2 rupees 60 paise per unit. On 29/98, 2008, it is about issue is 200 units. So record the above mentioned above mentions in the stores ledger. Pricing the issues at two methods. One is simple average rate and another one is weighted average rate. Let us see the answer for the first simple average rate. It's about stores ledger account. As you know, the columns rate, particulars, receipts, issues, balance, and everything is in units and cost per unit. So on the first day when the goods is received, then you have to put 2,200 units and then 2 rupees per unit. So total cost is 400, and then the same will be in the balance. On the next time the goods is received, then it is about 300 units. Now it is received 300 units, 2 rupee 40 paise per unit. So it is amount is 720. But in balance we have to put that 500 units, and then total of the total cost is, that is 400 plus 720, it is totally 1120. And on the next, on 15/9 for issues 250 units. For this issue we have to calculate the cost price per unit. The cost price per unit is average cost, that is 2 rupee plus 2 rupee 40 paise divided by 2. The total is 2 rupee 20 paise. So that should be there. And then if you multiply this with 250 units, then you will get 550 rupees. So unbalance is 250 units, and the balance value is 1120 minus 550. The balance is 570. And then again the goods is received on 18/9/2008 with 250 units. Rate is 2 rupees 60 paise per unit. So the value is 650. So balance here, the 250 plus 250 total is 500 units, and then 570 plus 650. Total has 1120. And then on 29 2008 there is about an issue of 200 units. So issue of 200 units. So this should be calculated. Per unit cost is 2 rupee 40 paise plus 2 rupee 60 paise, that is divided by 2. So totally 2 rupee 50 paise. So here 2 rupee 50 paise multiply with 200, it is 500, and then the balance is 300 units, it is 720. So this is about how you have to calculate the simple average method. And next method is weighted average method. With the same illustration, let us see with the weighted average method. So as you know, the date, reference, receipts, issues, balance. And then here also, that is goods is received. The first one is as it is same. That is goods received 200 units, 2 rupees per unit, 400. And the balance is 200 and 400. So here we are not mentioning any per unit cost. That is most important in balance. And then next one is also goods received. So it is 300 units, 2 rupee 40 paise, it is 720, and 500 units in balance, 1120. On requisition slip, that is by issues, on 15/9, it is 250 units. Here we have to calculate the average, weighted average cost. 400 plus 720 divided by 200 units plus 300 units. So if you get this, the total per unit value is 2 rupee 24 paise. So if you multiply this with 250 units, you will get 560 rupees. So you reduce it from 1120, so you will get 560 in balance also. And then again the next time the goods is received, it is 250 units, 2 rupees 60 paise, 650 rupees. Then in balance again 500 units, and then 1210. If you add this, then requisition slip, that is on issue 200 units. Again now you have to calculate the 560 plus 650. Total divided by 2 rupee 50 paise plus 2 rupee 50 paise. Then you will get 2.42 rupees. So if you multiply this with 200, then you will get 484 rupees, and balance is 726 rupees. This is how you have to calculate under the weighted average rate method or price method. So you please repeat when you are not able to understand this, and then if you have any queries, please put it in a comment box. Then until the next, it's bye from Srimati. Thank you.